So, good morning, everyone. It's coffee chat time. So I've got my coffee this morning and I've got it in my absolutely favorite mug. Let that shit go. And that's what today is all about. So thank you so much for joining me this morning, whether you're joining me live, whether you're catching this later on after work, whatever, whenever you're joining. I am so honored that you're going to hang out in this space with me. So if you've never joined me, my name is Katie Glasgow, and I'm an intuitive healer and transformation coach. And my mission is to create spaces for you to be cracked open, just like a can opener, right? To be cracked open and experience the next level of awareness in your life, and then to give you tools to do something with that awareness. So it's going to be in your health, it's going to be in your spirituality, it's going to be in the cosmos, it's going to be with all different sorts of things, because I believe that you can't have that full truth unless you combine all those different things. So welcome to Coffee Chats with Katie. So grab your brew in your favorite mug, whether that's tea, coffee, wine, beer, whatever you want. That's up to you, and that's what you want to grab. So grab it and let's hang and let's chat it up. Okay, so today is June 19th of 2019. I'm saying this because I know and I trust with all my heart and all my being that these coffee chats are just the beginning of something beautiful and wonderful, and a podcast or something. I'm not quite sure, but I had to trust, and I had to trust my intuition that it was going to go forward into something bigger. So I'm telling you the date because today we're going to be talking about some pretty phenomenal events that are going on, and then we're going to tie it into how you can use it as a tool to really jumpstart your life right now. Okay, so today we're right in between this beautiful, beautiful strawberry full moon that we had on Monday and the summer solstice that's going to be on Friday. Okay, so two phenomenal, beautiful, energetic events in the cosmos. I look at them as just built-in reset buttons for all of us. They're there to help us, to guide us, to release a little bit more, to level up a little bit more, to bring more awareness to us, whatever that looks like. So, before I get too far into this, make sure you all take your sip of coffee. And I'm going to let you know, I've got my oils diffusing this morning. I've got myrrh, frankincense, and tangerine, because myrrh is mother energy. It's earth energy. So it helps center and ground us. The frankincense connects us up to that beautiful source of ours, whoever that is for you. And then tangerine is all about our worth and about honoring and loving ourselves. And I've got my shirt on, more love today, for a big reason. So today we're going to be diving into that summer solstice, the full moon, love, fear, abundance. So good and so juicy. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I always like to oil up, and I didn't quite get a chance. It is summertime, and I have my office in my home, but I also have 3 kids that are home and a husband that has an office here in the house. And so it gets a little gray town. So I'm just going to calm myself down a little bit. We're going to get ready. I'm going to tap into all of you joining me live and whoever is going to be watching this recording later on. But I've got some sandalwood here. Sandalwood is one of my favorite oils to put right here on our third eye chakra that actually opens us up to our intuition. And the other one I really love to put on is a little Intune, just keeps me centered and grounded with the vibrations and the frequency of the earth right now. It's a little bit high, so we need to make sure that we're doing and using things that are grounding us and centering us, okay? So this is what's happening right now. So I'm not going to go into full-on details. I'm going to give you enough so that we can dive into this topic of abundance and how you can use what's going on right now to open yourself up to receive more abundance in your life, because that's what this week in this period of time is all about, okay? And so we might get into cosmos later on. I'm probably going to have one of my dear friends pop on for a coffee chat one morning, and we'll chat it up a little bit more about cosmic activity and events and things like that, so you can understand a little bit more of that. But today we're going to do the basics, okay? We're going to hit the surface level, and then we're going to dive deep into something else. So the moon brings with it so much power in itself, okay? And on Monday night, well, actually about Monday at 3 a.m., there was a full moon, okay? And the full moon this month was called the strawberry moon. And the reason is that the Native Americans had meanings and sayings for the moon, and it was a lot of times based on what season it was in North America. So in different parts of the world, they're going to be calling the moon different things. I usually line up really well with what they're called based on the people that were of this land in Iowa when the moon was named. Okay, so it's the strawberry moon, and this is the time of the ripe strawberries. The wild strawberries were ready to harvest, and so they gave the moon the name the strawberry moon. Okay, and this past moon was all about bringing in abundance to us, and every full moon is about releasing and creating space. Okay, releasing the next level and creating space. I want you to remember that, because that's what we're about ready to dive into after the summer solstice chat. Okay, so we've got this full moon energy to help us release what no longer serves us. And what do we need to create abundance or to create the next level in our life? Usually, for one thing to be able to flourish, something else has to be released. It has to be let go of, right? If you want, say, a new couch in your living room, to make room for the new couch, you have to get rid of the old couch, okay? Even if it is that couch that you and your husband bought it was maybe your first piece of furniture and it's got lots of memories, or maybe it was a couch that was your grandmother's couch. Whatever it looks like, sometimes that old is hard to get rid of so that the new can come in. So the moon was here to kind of help us with that, give us like a little jump start, okay? And then you fast forward just a few days later and we have the summer solstice, okay? So the summer solstice also marks the official beginning of summer. So it's on June 21st, okay? And it is the longest day of the entire year, okay? In the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the shortest day of the entire year, okay? Because it would be actually the winter solstice. So I'm going to be chatting about summer solstice because I'm in Iowa, and in Iowa we chat about summer solstice right now. So we've got this longest day of the year, okay? We've got this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful longest day of the year. And what do we need for more light? We only have 24 hours in the day. So for us to experience the longest day of the year, what has to happen? We have to have less and less and less darkness. So the sun is starting to get higher and higher. It's starting to last longer. And for the sun to be able to do what it needs to do, it has to push out the darkness. Okay. So that's what's happening just in the world right now, right? In your area, whether you have tuned in and you are aware of this or not yet, this is what's happening. And remember, I have a mission to hold the space for you to be cracked open, right? I'm like the can opener cracking you open. And so maybe this is your crack open. For some of you right now, maybe it's right now, or maybe it's you're listening later on. I can tell you're like, oh, I get it. Okay, so now pair that with how that can help you right now. How can that help you? Because in our life, for the abundance to flow, we have to release something. We have to let something go. Maybe that something we have to let go of is a job that has total job security, but we hate it and we're miserable and it's giving us stress. Or maybe it is that we have to say goodbye to a relationship. That's usually a big one in your transformation. You have to say goodbye to a toxic relationship. Maybe you have some kind of addiction. Maybe that addiction is Facebook. Maybe you need to say yes to building and creating abundance on your own, and you are addicted to social media and all you want to do is hang out on social media for hours a day, and you need to say goodbye to those addictive behaviors. Use it in a healthy way to grow your business so that you can say yes to putting more time into a business or an endeavor, or maybe it's your health and your wellness, maybe it's your movement. I don't know what it is. You all know what it is. I want you to take out a piece of paper right now and I want you to write down, what do you need to let go? Okay, so Also, what happens is that as the sun comes in and it starts to take out the dark, what does the sun do really, really well? It casts shadows, right? It casts shadows. And so the sun is here and this moon and the more hours of daylight to help our shadows surface, because maybe this is stuff that you don't even know. You're not quite sure what it is yet. This is the most opportune time right now to spend some time in nature getting grounded, to spend some time with a piece of paper and a pen, right? Like I have my little moon journal here, and this is where I spend at least 20 minutes every morning just allowing myself to journal it out, right? So right at the top of the piece of paper, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to say no to so that I can say yes to this beautiful new energy? Okay, so we have several different planets in retrograde right now, which also is giving us a boost. Like this year is all about soul. It's all about abundance. It's all about love and all of these good things. But for all of this to come to you, you have to surrender and you have to say goodbye to something. It just doesn't work if you don't. And it might be you have to say goodbye to those bullshit lies in your head that you're not worthy and deserving, that you're not a queen and you don't get to treat your body the way it needs to be treated. Maybe that's what you need to say goodbye to. Oh, so good. But you guys get it? This is the time, this is the period in which it's like easy, it's free flowing, and it's here for you, okay? So now you understand all this. Let's dive in a little bit more. We're gonna go a little bit, because it's like, I look at everything in layers, like an onion, like it's like an onion peel, right? And we've got the surface and we just took off the outside of the layer with the cosmos stuff, right? We just skimmed the topic with what the moon and the summer solstice and everything mean, okay? We just skimmed the surface, okay? And we'll dive deeper into those layers in a different episode, but right now we know that we need to release, but let's go one more layer and let's start to see what would be holding us back from releasing, okay? So I want you to, if you're not driving, close your eyes. Okay. If you are driving, I want you to wait until you're in a quiet place and you can totally do this exercise, but I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine that you are in a room. Okay. And you're in a room and it's dark and there's a lot of extra furniture and there's a lot of extra stuff in there. Okay. And you can see the entire house you're in, okay? And you're actually in this beautiful palace. You're in this beautiful castle, okay? Or maybe you're in this beautiful cabin in the woods. You decide where you're at, or you're in this beautiful beach house or whatever. But it's like you're trapped inside of this room, and those are your shadows. The room represents your shadows. It represents the darkness that's surfacing, okay? Sometimes I get so excited, my words don't come out right. And so you're in this room and the room is dark and it's cluttered and it's full of all of this stuff. But on the outside of the room, on the other side of the door, you know there is a whole lot of light. There is a whole lot of goodness out there waiting for you. There is platters of fruits and vegetables and the job of your dreams. And maybe your abundance is represented in money, or maybe it's represented in health. I don't know. You get to choose abundance. And in my world, abundance isn't about money. It's about peace and joy and living each day, doing what I know I was meant here to do, because anything less would be not living for me. Okay. And so what is abundance for you? You know, it's out there. It's on the other side of the door. Allow yourself to feel that abundance. What does your future look like? What does your abundance look like? Okay. So to get though to the other side, you have to release. And what I look at is what's holding you back and what's holding you in that room is fear. And fear is icky and it's ego and it's the opposition or whatever you want to call it. But fear is what keeps you in that room, because maybe the abundance is over a bridge, or maybe there's a dragon on the outside of the room. You're like the princess locked in the tower and the abundance is out there on the other side of the dragon. I'm getting the vision of Shrek in my head. My kids love the movie Shrek. But what is out there? But it's fear that holds you back. And I want you to take it one step deeper, right? We're going deep here. There's no surface stuff, because if I'm going to crack you open good, we got to go deep, okay? And don't worry, I'm doing magic, so you're going to be all good. It's not going to mess you up. It's going to make you feel good when I do this, okay? So you're in this room, and you know you're in this dark, and you know you're in with all this furniture or whatever. What is that fear? Where is it coming from? Ask yourself, and maybe this is what you're going to need to journal about between now and the end of the weekend of the summer solstice, okay? Why do you have fear to let it go, okay? Is it fear that maybe the new couch won't be as comfortable as the old couch? I'm using a really silly metaphor right now, okay? Or is it fear that if you opened yourself up to a new job, that you wouldn't maybe like it, you would find yourself back in the crappy situation that you're already in? Or if you put yourself out there for a new endeavor, somebody might judge you and you don't want to be judged. Or maybe if you're in network marketing, okay, so I'm in network marketing, so I know a lot of you tuning in right now, maybe you're in network marketing or you're in a business. Maybe your fear is that the next person that you get started is going to quit just like somebody else did. Or the next person that you find to be a business partner is going to stab you in the back like the last person did, okay? Or maybe it's that if you go into a new romantic relationship, the same thing that's happened with the last one, maybe the last one cheated on you and this one's going to cheat on you, okay? There's something there. There's always something that has put the story in our head that we can't go on, right, to the abundance, because what's holding us back is fear, okay? So something's here, but what does it represent? What is the fear that's going to surface? And here's the thing. Once you start to ask yourself these questions, it's going to surface really, really, really quick, because we're in summer solstice. We're in, like, all the shadows are up in there, and they are here for you to just go, oh, it's right there. Oh, I see it. Just like that. I'm going to see it, and I'm going to do something about it. I don't need to hold on to that any longer. Okay, so what does that fear represent for you? What is it? Okay, now the next part is, what are you going to do about it? So see it. Allow yourself, right? You're in the room. Maybe, do this exercise, like lay down on your bed, go to a nice little space, put some beautiful meditation music on. I can't put it on here because, there's all the copyright things going on. But put some music on and allow yourself to just sit with yourself and connect up to the God that you pray to and ask for that surrender, okay? And so then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take that fear and you're going to have to replace it with love, because the only thing that can conquer fear is love, okay? And that fear is what has filled the entire room for no abundance to be able to come in. No abundance, no love can exist in the presence of fear, and fear cannot exist in the presence of love. Did you catch that? I'm going to say that again. Love cannot exist in the presence of fear, and fear cannot exist in the presence of love, okay? So all that's holding you back from love, because love is infinite and it is beautiful and it is white light and it is abundance and prosperity. And do you guys see? It's like that castle or the beach or the cabin on the other side. It's there. But if we're so tied up in fear, the light can't get in. The love can't get in. So once we identify it, but we can't do anything about the fear and what's clogging us if we don't know what it is to get rid of. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to change the fear story to a story of love. And this sometimes is going to be one of the more difficult challenges. Is it impossible? Absolutely not. And you know why I know that? Because I've done it multiple times. I've done it multiple times just this week, where I'll start to get a story in my head and I start to see, ooh, that's constricted energy, that's fear energy, and I switch it almost immediately to love. Okay? I might start to get frustrated with even my husband. And then I think, oh no, I have to switch this to love. Okay? Because that's just my fear. That's not, and fear and love, they can't coincide. Okay, so maybe you don't want to let go of a relationship because you're afraid you're not going to find anything better. And that's just being scared, okay? But also turn to yourself and be like, I'm going to honor this relationship and know it was exactly what I needed at the time to help me grow, but this relationship is no longer serving me. And so I'm going to relinquish it so that I can open myself up to receive love, right? Do you guys see how that works? And when you do that and you start to allow the light in, it's beautiful rays of abundance. So much abundance that you will not know what to do. The light has flooded in. So that room, there's no bridge between that and the outside castle. It's just part of the castle and it's part of the light because you let it go. Okay? So that is what the summer solstice is here to teach us. That is what the full moon this month is here to teach us. It's here to allow the light in. So my question to you is, are you going to allow the light in? Are you going to allow yourself to release the fear, to come up against it, acknowledge it for what it is, and then allow it to be released? You have the ability, right? You have the ability. That I know and I trust. Okay, you have the ability to do this. You just have to make the decision. Am I going to let go of the fear so that the light and the abundance can pour in and replace it all? And then when you do that, you open yourself up. Okay, now here's the last little nugget on this. And this is one I want you to know, because I feel like if I don't tell you this, you might not be able to quite let the fear go. Okay, you might not be able to let the shadows go or the old couch go or whatever it is for you. And that is one of the hardest parts of this, is that you're going to have to surrender and you're going to have to trust. And that is something that we cannot control at all. And when, as humans, when we can't control something, it is so hard, isn't it? I am like recovering control freak. Okay. And so what you need to do is you need to say to yourself, you have to surrender. You have to allow Holy Spirit or universe or conscious choice, whatever you want to call it. You have to surrender and you have to trust, right? I no longer allow this fear to be part of me. I trust and I am open to surrender to what is here for me to do. Okay? You have to surrender and then surrender some more and surrender some more and surrender some more, so that you can trust that when you allow that light in, that there is abundance waiting on the other side. You have to trust that the dragon's no longer out there. You have to trust that the bridge is not broken anymore. You have to trust. And that takes a lot of faith. But I know you can do it because I have done it. I surrendered even again more this week. Send me a sign that I'm on the right path. Surrender, surrender. And guess what happened when I surrendered? This entire message came to me in like 5 minutes for all of you, because I surrendered. And new beginnings started to come because I could see what I was still holding on to that I needed to release for more abundance to come. We are the ones blocking the abundance. It's not somebody else. It's not your boss. It's not your husband. It's not anybody else, because we cannot control any of them. What blocks it is us. So look within you this week. Use this beautiful energy. Allow your shadows to come to the surface. Don't be afraid of them. They were here and they taught you lessons, and they were good lessons. But we don't need to hold on to them anymore. It was a good couch, right? It was a great couch. It's a great couch for mom. It was a great couch for dad. It was a great couch for you and your husband when you first got started. But now it's time for a new couch that maybe fits your growing family, or it fits more people, or whatever. Okay? It's time. It was a great one. But now it's time for a new one. So you have to part with what you no longer need. Okay? You all have something in your life that you no longer need at this moment to open more abundance up. Okay? So trust and allow yourself to surrender. Okay? So I know a lot of you are like, Katie, what do I use for oils? Use the sandalwood. Use the lavender right here. Okay? That's going to allow you to communicate. Frankincense, top of head. That's going to allow you, take a big breath right now. Allow me to help you open up. Okay, put some oils on your heart to surrender, some wintergreen on your shoulders. Take some walks, right? So for releasing and movement is phenomenal. Go for a walk in nature. Anything you can do, you hear me say these things over and over and over again because they work, okay? Get movement, drink a lot of water, nourish your body, give it good things, because anytime we can have flow in our body, it's going to help whatever's in there release. If we're stagnant because we're just sitting around on that couch all day, it's not going to come out. Okay. So continue to do the work. Allow yourself to feel, allow it to bubble to the surface. And if you ever need any more help, you know how to find me. magicwithkatie.com. You can message me. I'm Magic with Katie everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Send me a message. I'm here to support you. I know I'm the vessel of light for you. If you joined me today, I trust that because I have surrendered that. And I trust that our next steps are going to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful together. Okay. So go out, release the fear, and step into your beautiful castle today. Step into your abundance. Enjoy, soak up the summer solstice. I feel like I'm supposed to tell you this. It's at 11:54 a.m. or 11:24 a.m. I believe, right around between 11 and 12 on Friday, that's Central Standard Time. So spend some time, try to be outdoors. I'm going to go out to my friend's house on a beautiful lake. We're going to chill. We're going to hang out, maybe be out on the water if it's nice. And it's going to be so, so beautiful. So, get out, try to be out at that time. If you can't, just soak it up, get out, soak it up. The sunlight is here. The light is here for you. Open yourself up to receive that light. I love you all. Mwah! Bye.